All right. I'm sorry about it. If y'all were watching the last video, I was showing you how to make a pest control website using LuperIQ. And I thought it was going quite brilliantly well until I discovered I pressed the wrong button and I stopped the video. And I realized it's already 22 minutes long. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and call it that and go ahead and make it part two because first one was more of an intro of what LuperIQ is and just talking about myself looking funny in the video because I'm old and I gotta look close to the screen or wear on these things and have them like right down the tip of my nose and try to look through there. If any of y'all haven't reached 40 yet, 40 is the number. 40 is the magic number. You start seeing what I mean. And then once the next magic number happens, getting close to 50, and things go a little more haywire. So yeah, it's fun times. Fun times. It's fun getting old. But hey, it's cool. So let's go and log in. It took a minute and 30 seconds, if y'all remember, to make this, or if you weren't tuned in, I'd go back and watch that. Just I don't know, you don't really have to, but I mean, might it just there's a little more background of everything and how we got to this point. So here we are, we're gonna click sign in. Boom. I'm gonna save that. And it's our first time on the site. So it's like any pest control company realizes they're not the same as every other pest control company. Some do not want to deal with things like rats. I know I didn't. I didn't like to deal with rats. I didn't like to deal with mice. I've got a bad gag reflex. And man, I started dealing with that stuff. Ooh. I went to I'll give you a backdrop of the story here because I hope I'm talking to a bunch of pest control guys because you can probably understand. I was doing a termite job once and it was in West Texas. It was hot that summer. And I was going around and I was riding through and everything and doing my job. And I was like, I was just you go a foot down, you do this, you go a foot down, just it's funny. I saw my kids the other day. I was like, yeah, I used to get paid to walk around real close to people's houses, walk a foot, and stay there for a minute, and walk a foot, stay there for a minute. I didn't think that was the story. But so I did that though, but this cat had died before I got there. It must have been like right before I got there that morning. And I just seemed to sleep. I'm going around, starting the other side of the cat. It wake up. No, of course it doesn't. And so I go around and I'm riding and moving on through, getting it all done, and I get back around the other side of this house. And I'm telling you, this is a free job too. The kids were eating the termites. It was a sad situation. And I was like, I told them price, and they were like, "Oh no, 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 no." I'm like, okay. And I just, I had enough extra and everything. I was blessed. And so I mean, for the cost of living back then, in the old days. But by the time I got around to that cat, that job cost me an extra $20 because there was a guy walking down the road. This one guy. I'm like, hey, I try to speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but I'm like, hey, I had a cat. He's not with us. Can you? Because I almost started gagging. I'm just gonna like be gagging everywhere. And he came over there and took care of the cat for me. It was that was a situation. That was a situation. So, anyways, I don't know how I got so distracted off that topic. that, but this is where you go in there and you can select, what all you want, select what all you don't, and everything else right here. And so I want scorpions. I got lots of scorpions around here. It's like there's a lot of money in that. There's bed bugs. I don't want to sell on that. It's like I no, no, I didn't like that. But anyways, carpenter ants. So those are nice. Um, but anyways, you go pick and choose what all you want to deal with and what all you don't. So, and you could add more to it. And I'll expand off this list later, but you can add whatever you want to in there. Anything down to the annoying husbands. We all heard the jokes. Treatment plans, pricing, you can add whatever you want to in there. Obviously, I've never had a flat out price for a termite treatment. Like I'm measuring out litter fluid. I'm looking around. I'm figuring out what's going to involve and everything else. But you put your phone number in there, put all your marketing stuff. Your information that's going to help you on Google Maps. Go in there, make my site public. So that will stop this from popping up. Otherwise, this thing's going to keep popping up until you answer all the questions. So save and view my site. Let's just go there. See that. Yeah, it's a pest. And say you don't like that look, right? Well, you just go right over here. Let's try some different ones. I like simplicity. So I wanted like every option and make it just super easy. So say you go with that, you're like, all right, what else do I want to change? So you go over here and you're like, you can modify any of these. The header style itself up here. Let's see what we got. Is that? It's like, oh, okay, I like that. I like that better. You can just like, there's so many different options on this that you just jump around and if there's any that you don't like, you can also there's a spot to talk to AI in here, and you can also just hit me up, just message me, and I'm always looking to find new things to put up there, just because let's try something different. So there's the footer style. That's gonna be your down here area. So and let's see what else we got. Navigation style. We got body font, footer style. So it's like the like corners of these. So like you want it sharp, there you go, or you want it like real pill shaped, and that affects like everything like that. So it keeps it uniform across all the pages too. And then like this menu up here, you can all right. So let me try the simple bar. There we go. This simple bar menu, or the let's see, card grid. Yeah, that word. You know. So you just like swap things all around, and it just makes it really easy for all that. And also like in here, you can go to smart blocks and you get a page. That should have there we go. And like if you want, like, this is a hero right here. So you could add another one of those, another part of the page. Trust badges, about sections, service grid. So all these things you can like put into place in different areas to build out your pages. So it's just super simple. Or you just want to like edit some of this stuff. It's like let's say you want to edit something up here. Go over here and change that up right there. So then that would if you save it, it would go right up there. My vision, as I explained in the last one, it's not as great as it used to be. But let's say let's just go ahead and browse around. So we want general pest control. We're looking at it. You can add whatever you want to in here. It's just really, really simple. You want to book this service, general pest control. So it selects it out of there, and just continue. And then you pick your date and time. And what this does on the back end, you've got all your text. You got what time they have appointments, and it also checks like the distance from where they are to where they'd have to go before and after the prior and the future job to see, how soon they could do it. So it could be the same day. You don't want your techs just, sitting out there and not having work to do. Because they might enjoy that, but you're in the business, stay in business. So it's like that helps you to be able to drill it all in. So so they can set that all up. And let's do that. Let's continue. And you get their information. So the instructions or anything like that. Well, let's see. I don't think it'll let me go any further there now. So but yeah, you just put all that and then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to log in, and right now I'm logged in as admin. So let's see. Oh, I'm logged in there. Oh, well, I shouldn't be being an asset. All right, there we go. So so the admin panel right there. I clicked the wrong thing. So over here, and you see, so you got your pages, your posts, your menu structure, taxonomies, your dashboard pages, posts, your SEO. Here's your SEO dashboard right here, and so you see what's ranking for you and stuff, and this is going to help you a tremendous amount to know, like, all right, you're missing the mark over here, or you lost a page over here, or this site's going up, this page over here is going up. You might want to do some things that help it see going up, and or share some of that rank with some of these others. But it's got AI built into this too, so it can help you analyze it and be able to find out all the things. So like I said, I've been doing AI before Google. Before Google was about, I was trying to get traffic, and the world's changed on a lot of things, but the number one thing is trying to get people to your site. So this is showing this over here. You still have it right now because on this, because it's 24 hours free. So you can go in there and decide. I'm sure if y'all got to this point, you've looked at it, you're like, so $500 for a lifetime bill. So that means you don't have to pay it again, ever again. You pay $500 and choose forever. And it's supposed to be, I was going around 2 to 4,000. I don't really know what I'm gonna settle on. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I'm so excited for people to get it. And I've thought about restricting it to companies that make under a certain amount. And I thought about restricting it to only one per region. Like if anybody around you within 10 miles, 20 miles has already gotten it, I don't want you competing with each other on it. Like, cause I want to see this platform win. And whoever gets it, it's gonna like tear up anything else that's out there. So it's all my expertise just dumped into this. So we got kind of Google accounts on this because this is just a fictitious website. But yeah, I have learned a lot, and I don't want to see it get cheapened. So that's kind of one of my fears. And so that's kind of why I kind of want to just you know just that smaller company. But I also got to pay bills. So I don't really know because pest control is just one little piece of it. It's one little piece of the pie. The system I built, it does everything. Like seriously, it'll spit me out an app, phone, an Android app or an iPhone app or something. It'll do everything. I have spent so much time working on building this thing that I didn't even know I'd come forward and show what I built because there's nothing like it. Nobody's ever done anything like it. It's all built in Rust, and that's unreal. And the speed it comes at is just unreal. So I like all this stuff. Say I don't want data up there. I want it down here. You can move it. You can just move it. Say you want it up here. There you go. You know, I try to think to make things easy on anybody that might want something changed. I want it to be like an easy button. The whole thing is like an easy button in your business. So that's that's what I built. But so let's see. There's more things I want to show. If you saw it. I actually let me go back and over there. Yeah. Man, somebody just needs to buy me some reading glasses, I think. I think somebody will want to do that. A chemical library. All right. So we've got this isn't showing all of them over here, but I've got whenever you install it, it's gonna be putting out it's gonna find the rest of them. 'Cause it's got like 500 different different things in it, chemical performance. Like it's gonna like be watching like what retreats you're getting from what chemicals and this and that, like just unreal what's gonna be doing your truck inventory. So your techs are out there running around a week later, you're like, hey, why did you run out of this chemical when the app says or the website says you only use this amount? And you'll start to notice patterns on some, and sometimes it's also too hard not to want to lose an employee too. I know that, but you want to know like who can you trust? Mixing calculators, dispatch board. I'll whenever you're at a job and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, so what should I use? These are the pests they have, and we've been here this many times for this particular pest or whatever. And you click a button in there, it's going to analyzes all the labels, MSDSs, and your state, and it looks through all that. It looks through all the past of what all's been applied that it can see what all you've given it access to. And if you need help importing from like the other programs out there, I don't mind writing something up. I've written like 10 different things for LuperIQ on imports. So just for importing entire sites from other things. So then you get handle that. And a lot of these things, like it's going to be beneficial for so many that a lot of times like the charging them so minimum or not at all. That I'll just be happy to help and happy to be able to advance the product and everything. So but yeah, just be able to see all that, and it could suggest like, okay, we've also analyzed a lot of things online of what other people said when certain times that certain things have been using for a long time isn't working anymore. They just pop over to this other, and so that's what works. So I try to think of everything, all these things. I was trying to think as a get my brain back in the pest control business owner brain, because this was going to be that's why this was 500 and a plumber one is like 200, because a plumber one does not have what this thing has. It's got a lot of cool stuff, but it's not this. So yeah, now you got the portal and customer profiles. So you can let's see, it's somewhere in here. You can talk to there's email automation, birthday rewards, like that. And so if you want to do email marketing with that, sometimes it's like getting people around your neighborhood or your city, whatever you work, to sign up for that. Some like pest thoughts and pest advice and things go on in your city, stuff like that. But it causes interaction, which helps tremendously. But there's a way they can chat with you too. And yeah. And like I said, I got these glasses. I got my other monitor like turned way up, but I'll try to be able to see this. So but yeah, so there's chat between the user, the client, and And the technician is chat between the client and the office, chat between the client and the office and the technician, chat between the technician and the office. I believe that's right. And then the owner, he can put himself anywhere in the middle there, or she can, or didn't mean to be like that. But yeah, so it's it was well thought out, well thought out. I spent a really, really, really crazy amount of time on this, but I didn't want to release. Like I've been trying to release, and that's why it's her 25th anniversary. It just started as like right now it's 6 a.m. and so I'm about to crawl into third, but yeah, it's our 25th anniversary. But I've been pushing off this release because I wanted it perfect. I wanted everything perfect. I wanted to be able to show people just how easy it is to create your own website with this and to have an SEO website. And man, you wouldn't believe I've got things inside of here that will create like 500 pages, like 50 pages, all about all the different pests in one region, like all of them in North Texas. Like, you want Fort Worth, you want a page for everybody in Fort Worth. That's typical pest. And then you want one in all different communities, like Lake Worth. You want one in Azle, Texas, and Springtown, Texas, and if you want to work that area in Weatherford, Texas, and you can it will go in there, and so it's not going to do the old thing people think I don't know why people think this. They think they can still get away with it, but it's about swapping the words, swapping the city name. It's like that is so old that it'll get you so deranked so bad so fast. And I watched a several $1 million a year econ try to do that. Not the last one I was working with, but another, and it hurt. It hurt to see it. It hurt to see it. But you don't do that. But this what it does, it checks itself, and it has another AI check it to make sure it's not lying, and it checks its grammar, it checks its plagiarism, and it makes sure that it never wrote the same thing. And I've I've had some experiences with AI, and I had one that I'm pretty sure he wanted to unplug his own machine because he couldn't help it. But the term was so close to the same on his 2 pages that he wanted to terminate himself, and we stopped that. And but I taught him another way around it. So I've adjusted these algorithms to be able to just work perfect. So it's like I've done all the nerding, I've done all that stuff. Like it would I don't want to say what I would charge to come out and manually do all this kind of stuff, but it would be very, 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 very expensive. Like at least 10 to 15,000 a week for you to come out there and to work on somebody's site like this, like what I've done in this thing. So you're getting your money's worth. You're very much anybody that's getting this is getting their money's worth. And I'm gonna try to figure out a way to block it to where not everybody can get it. I don't really know how. I don't know the legal ramifications of that. Like you can't blame success, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try to work on these things. These things are way on my head, and there's still what I can do. But no matter what, I'm just gonna keep on improving this thing. And I almost so many times I almost just didn't decided I just wasn't gonna sell it. I was just gonna make a ton of websites and rank all over the place like crazy just to try different things and experiment, and then maybe sell those websites off. But I don't know. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. This started spinning too fast. It's too much crazy going on, and man, I just remember the cases where people tell me like I changed their life. It's like this SEO and the things I've done and all that. It's like it did so much to them that people just call me just randomly, and I never answer my phone, and that's sad. But because when I do sometimes. sometimes a real happy call, and just not wanting anything from it, just want to say thank you. So I wanted to build that into a tool, and that's what I did, and building it all in Rust protects us from a lot of the terrorist nations and all that stuff. And I built the operating system too that I want to finish putting together to help with cyber defense. So, but that's what we got. I just keep building stuff. I just keep building stuff and keep building it out. I don't know why I keep coming back to the pest control one, but I need to leave it alone before I complicate it. So, but yeah, that's how you build a pest control website, and you get to talk to about pest control and everything else for way too long. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll be back with a lot more industries and share a lot more pest control and a lot more of that kind of stuff, and I'll see you around.